I'm Gene MMA. This is my recap and breakdown of UFC Fight Night Vegas 101 Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Ribas 2. What a crazy card it was, I'm not going to lie to you. Great card to start off the year. We had a lot of finishes. Palele Soriano getting a knockout win. Ponzinibbio comeback KO win. Alhassan getting flatlined by Almeida, head kick KO win by Roman Kopylov, dude. That's crazy, just crazy fights. And on top of that, Mackenzie Dern, our queen, getting the dub, baby. That was nasty, nasty armbar transition. But let's get on with the first fight of the night, man. We got a lot to talk about. We have Joe Solecki versus Nurullo Alvi, and I picked Alvi to win this fight, and he went out there and he did his thing. You know, it's Joe Solecki on short notice, dude, and he got him in the first round, took him down, had him there the entire round, out grappled him in the first round. In the second round, Alvi was in trouble a little bit. Joe Solecki had him in an arm triangle, but it wasn't nothing crazy. He would just get out of it and get top position. Joe Solecki would get up and then get dropped pretty bad. And I thought he was going to finish him there, but Joe Solecki survived it. And in the third round, Alves decided to just, show off his striking and, outstrike Joe Solecki. Good one by Alvi. He's a true prospect in the division. On to the next fight. We have Fatmina Kline versus Victoria Dudakova, and I have Fatmina Kline winning this fight. Dudakova had 2 takedowns, but every single time Fatmina Kline would just, reverse it, get out of it, give it back on top. She had way more control time. Had a takedown for herself too. And she just had more damage in the first round as well. In the second round, Fatmina Kline just took down Victoria Dudakova, and she would get the ground and pound finish, landing some nasty elbows. Fatmina Kline, is a really good prospect and everything. She's really good. Victoria Dudakova decided to slap her cornerman at the end. I don't know if that's her man's or not, but great win by Fatmina Kline. On to the next fight. We have Magomed Gadzhiyasulov versus Bruno Lopes. I picked Magomed to win this fight, and Magomed decided to show that he is not a good undefeated fighter. Bruno Lopes went out there, channeled his inner Mario Bautista, and just went out there and just destroyed him. He just went out there and grappled him the entire fight, had him up in the cage. Even when when they were striking, Lopes did way better than Magomed, having some moments in the fight. Magomed really struggled to get this guy off him, dude, and it was pretty sad to see. All the hype that he had was for nothing, because at the end of the day, he, it's sad to see, because I thought he was gonna be pretty good, but he's not. And Lopes went out there and just did his thing on him. Great win by Bruno Lopes, dude. But on to the next one. We have Ernesta Kareckaite versus Nicolle Caliari, whatever. I really don't care. Kareckaite, I picked her to win. She did really good in the grappling. Had some moments in this fight on the feet too. Caliari, she had some moments as well. She was doing pretty good when it was striking, but Kareckaite, she did better when she had her reach and when she was on the ground. She controlled Caliari pretty good, and she got the win. Nothing crazy to talk about in this fight, but there is something crazy to talk about in this next one, dude. We had Preston Parsons versus Jacobe Smith, and I picked Jacobe Smith to win this fight, and he knocks Preston Parsons out. What a debut for this guy. He lands he throws the 1-2, lands the hook right there, and Preston Parsons just knocks out, dude. Just goes out. And great win by Jacobe Smith, dude. He really did his thing out there. He's a heavy wrestler base, but didn't really need to use that tonight. Or last night, recording this the next day. But Jacobe Smith, dude, he's, you know, up and coming and looking pretty good out there in his fights, man. So great win by Jacobe Smith. On to the next fight. We have Thiago Moises versus Trey Ogden. And I picked Trey Ogden to win this fight, dude. And in the first round, Moises started off pretty good, but then Ogden took over the whole first round with his striking, and he won the first round. And I was thinking, all right, Trey Ogden, you know, we gonna get a win here. In the second round, Moises just took over, hurting Ogden on the feet, landing heavy leg kicks, dude. And he even got him on the ground and landed some good ground and pound on Trey Ogden. It's still 1-1 going into the third round. And in the third round, Moises gets on top of Ogden and, you know, just out-grapples him the entire third round, winning the fight. I should have picked Thiago Moises, dude. I was out here thinking Trey Ogden was like a different 35-year-old man out there. But Moises is still 29 and learning, and he's still doing good out there. Gets a win against Trey Ogden. So good win by Thiago Moises. On to the next fight. We have Norma Dumont's man, Marco Tulio versus Ihor Potieria, and it's sad that Potieria is gonna get cut just like this, guys. It really is, dude. Especially when this man Tulio in the first round, dude, he used the secret sauce that everybody knows how to beat Potieria with, and is with a nice groin shot and a nice poke. Dude went out there and just hit him with the groin shot. But he was out there really striking against Potieria and eventually getting the knockout, dude, and probably ending Potieria's time in the UFC for sure. Tulio, man, he got some for sure that night with Norma Dumont in the corner, man. But he's a really good, you know, another really good prospect. We had a lot of those in this cards, dude. They just showed out tonight. And Potieria, man, sad to see him go like this. He's been cheated on a lot of times, but good win by Norma Dumont's man. On to the next fight. We have Jose Johnson versus Felipe Bunes. I was gonna say Buns. You're not a bun. You're not a bum. You're really good. I picked Johnson to win this fight, and Bunes did a great job getting the armbar, dude. But Johnson was doing good on the feet in the beginning of the fight before this man decided to rip his arm off, and he stuck with it. He never gave up on the armbar. Even when in the scrambles they had different positions, he would stick with it. And finally at the end, he got the good position, and Johnson, you know, had to tap. Johnson missed weight, dude. He might as well got a bantamweight because, dude, he's 6 foot. Fighting at that weight, dude. He's missed weight twice already. Go to bantamweight already. But great win by Felipe Bunes. Bunes. I keep saying Buns. He's not Bun. He's not a Bun. He's really good he's really good fighting, and he gave us the Kamehameha celebration. So good job. On to the next fight. Let's talk about it, baby. Uros Medic versus Pelele Soriano. I had Uros Medic winning this fight, and what a KO by Soriano, dude. I don't know what Uros Medic is doing, dude. This man has his arms down, going back, not even rolling his shoulder, dude. And Pelele Soriano lands the hook, literally drops him nasty. This guy just goes out, and Pelele Soriano gets the ground and pound finish, man. Dana, give this man some money. He's having a kid. Got a great KO in this fight. And yeah, good job to Pelele Soriano, dude. I don't know what else to say. That was a quick knockout. Let's get on to the next fight, dude. This one is crazy. Austin Bashi versus Christian Rodriguez. I had Bashi. I had the prospect. I really thought this guy was going to do it, man. But Dana White, stop giving Christian Rodriguez a prospect, dude. An undefeated one as well. He is going to win that fight. Give this man somebody else. Every time he goes up against an old head, he loses. But give him somebody else, dude. Christian Rodriguez looked good out there, dude. The way he would get up from Bashi's takedowns, dude, and he would just stuff the takedowns as well. He was landing the better punches on Bashi, Bashi kind of reminded me of like a Marab type of grappler, but like a Marab with like a little bit of Colby Covington, dude, like trying to get to a bunch of takedowns in the middle of a round and win off takedowns and try and keep your opponent down like that. But Rodriguez would either stuff it or just get out of it. And in the second round, Bashi was getting a lot of takedowns, but Rodriguez would still get up from it, dude. And you can kind of give it to Christian Rodriguez. I don't think Bashi did really much with the takedowns, but I think I kind of had it 1-1 because, you know, they're trying to get Bashi a win here. But in the third round, Rodriguez did a good job defending Bashi's takedowns again, and he was tagging him up on the feet more. And Rodriguez, dude, stop giving Rodriguez these young prospects that are undefeated, please, bro. Just give him somebody else his age. I don't really care anymore. The dude came out there and was like flowing out there. At one point I was thinking, yo, I think he's in this flow state, but Rodriguez was killing it out there. Great win by Christian Rodriguez, and Bashi collects an O on his record. On to this fight, Chris Curtis versus Roman Kopylov. I picked Kopylov to win this fight, and it was a great start because both guys were tagging each other, but Kopylov had some of the better punches. But I do gotta say, Chris Curtis was tagging Kopylov. Like, you can hear some thumps in his punches, dude. And in the second round, Chris Curtis took over with his boxing, broke the bridge of Kopylov's nose, dude. Had him bleeding everywhere. Chris Curtis was doing a great job bringing in the pressure, and I had it at least 1-1 going into the third round. And it was super close. Both guys were tagging each other nasty, hurting each other. But Kopylov he lands the head kick, dude, and Chris Curtis calls and falls, and Kopylov just walks away like if it's a walk-off KO. And instead of Chris Curtis like trying to get up or something, you know, we're counting down to the round being over. I thought the fight should have just ended, but Mark Smith comes in there like with like 1 second left and just calls off the fight. I'm like, dude, Chris Curtis probably didn't have a chance of winning it, you know, in the decisions, because like he then goes on to like freak out, which, you know, I would too a little bit, but he goes and he freaks out there. Mark Smith calls it off for 1 second. You know, he probably had a chance with a decision, but whatever. Kopylov wins by head kick KO. And feel bad for Chris Curtis, dude, but great win by Kopylov, dude. That was a really good fight. Like, that was a really good fight. Imagine that as a main event. But you know, the card overall still delivered. Especially this next fight right here. Cesar Almeida versus Razak-Alhassan. And I picked Almeida to win this fight because, you know, 50 kickboxing fights, dude. This guy was killing it in Glory Kickboxing. And in the first round, these guys are swinging. Alhassan drops this dude. I mean, he drops Cesar Almeida, and I'm here thinking, all right, Alhassan's really gonna try and go for the finish now. And this dude starts throwing with reckless abandon, and Cesar Almeida just, you know, loads up the left hook and flatlines Alhassan, dude. He just flatlines Alhassan. Some real PTSD from Alhassan, sadly, dude. This guy was still out of it leaving the cage, but already a KO contender of the year with Cesar Almeida knocking this dude out cold. I'm gonna have to use that picture as my thumbnail banner because he looks like he's, like, you know, taking a nap, bro. So great win by Cesar Almeida, dude. I feel like he went out there and he just did his thing, and, you know, you know, he just sold that he's slick on the feet and he got that crazy KO. On to the next fight, though, the co-main event. We had Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Charleston Harris, and in the first round, Ponzi was tagging Harris, but at the end, Harris had Ponzinibbio super hurt. I thought he was gonna finish him, and he didn't. In the second round, Harris and Ponzi were throwing bombs, and they were hurting each other nasty, dude. And I think I had Charleston Harris winning this fight, dude. And in the third round, what a war, because Ponzi was just landing the better punches, and Harris was kind of just like trying to get away. He was already gassed. And they called in standing TKO win by Ponzi. Weirdest post-fight interview though, because Harris decided to stay there the whole time, like telling Dana, yo, can this one get fight of the night? And bro, he just stood there watching Pansy get the, you know, the little, you know, I guess it was like a, you know, the speech, bro. I'm there like, yo, like, get out the cage, Harris. Let this man get his time, bro. Whatever. He did want a picture with Ponzinibbio at the end, but you know, I think you should have, you know, whatever. Didn't matter. Don't care. Ponzinibbio, orale, Spanish character. I mean, the Spanish commentator getting the win, baby. Great win by Ponzinibbio. He needed one of those. It's always good to see, you know, the UFC guys, you know, the guys that work for the UFC getting a win. On to the main event. We had Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Ribas. I had Ribas winning this fight, and all this girl wanted to do was grapple with Mackenzie Dern, and I'm here thinking, girl, it's 5 rounds. Go strike with this chick. You get in the first 3 rounds, if you strike, well, you win. I don't get it, but in the first round, she decided to just grapple with this chick. She decided to grapple Mackenzie Dern, and Mackenzie Dern would dominate, getting top position and just laying on top of her the whole first round. And then Ribas did win the second round when she, you know, got top position on Mackenzie Dern and stayed on top of her the entire round as well. Mackenzie Dern did have Ribas in some weird positions, but she would somehow get back on top. And in the third round, I had it 1-1 going into the third round, and dude, Ribas would get on top, but dude, I just don't like Mackenzie Dern. It's her world down there, dude. I don't know why Ribas thinks she can, like, you know, I'll grapple her. Like, you know, Ribas, you know, has good grappling, but I was just here thinking, yo, you can strike with this chick. But Mackenzie Dern would get the armbar the first time, but as soon as she got, like, she saw that she could get mount, she let it go, started punching her a couple times in there, and she's there punching, ground and pound, setting up the armbar again, and I'm like, Ribas is like there, like, not trying to get up, and I'm there like, bro, she's gonna get the armbar again. And Mackenzie Dern, boom, gets the armbar, and Ribas has to tap, dude. That arm was gonna snap. And a great win by Mackenzie Dern, dude. She brought her little girl to the crowd, you know, celebrating the win. Great win by Mackenzie Dern. I'm just like mad that Amanda Ribas didn't use, like, you know, the recipe to beat Dern's, and it's in the striking department, dude. You kind of went out there wanting to grapple with this chick, and this is, you know, that's how Mackenzie wins some of her, well, most of her fights. But great win by Mackenzie Dern, and a great card overall in general, dude. I'm Jane Epps MMA. Go watch my recent video. Should the UFC stop promoting? I mean, should the UFC stop getting fighters from other promotions? UFC 311 predictions coming soon. I'm Jane Epps MMA. I'm out.